Rappers are notorious for highlighting their lavish lifestyles and massive fortunes. Though some MCs are accused of stunting when they're actually broke, other rappers manage to accrue wealth through music sales, touring, and corporate endorsements. Today we are counting down the top 15 highest paid rappers of 2019. Robert Rameek Williams, better known by his stage name Meek Mill, is a Philadelphia-based rapper with a huge following. Despite a 12-year court battle and ongoing legal challenges, Meek is a relatively prolific artist, with 4 albums, all of which have been certified either gold or platinum. His most recent effort debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts, and he embarked on a sold-out world tour. Beyond this, Meek Mill has a number of corporate endorsements to help pad his finances. During his infamous feud with Drake, he was sponsored by Burger King, while Drake was sponsored by Whataburger. The end result is that 2019 was a huge year for Meek financially. He earned more than $21 million. Swizz Beats is a Bronx rapper who had his heyday in the early 2000s, but clearly things are still going well for the MC because he pulled in $23 million in 2019 alone. First hired by Rough Riders Records, he went on to produce hits by JayZ, Busta Rhymes, Eve, Memphis Bleak, and many others. More recently, he has worked with rappers like Kanye West and Kendrick Lamar and released a moderately popular solo album in 2018. Aside from music, Dean has also added multiple entrepreneurial endeavors to his repertoire, including fashion design, art collecting, and board directing. He's been a member of trustees at the Brooklyn Museum since 2015 and a creative director for the companies Monster Cable and Reebok. Coming in at number 13 is Cardi B. She had a huge breakout year in 2017 with her single Bodak Yellow and has shown no signs of slowing down since then, despite having her first child and a messy public split with rapper Offset. Though she only has 1 album under her belt, it garnered her the Grammy for Best Rap Album, and she has been heavily featured on other artists' songs in the following years. Clearly, she still has a strong revenue stream because she pulled in $28 million in 2019. Born in 1992 and hailing from the Bronx, New York, Cardi B first got the world's attention through social media with her tough and frank attitude about life as a stripper. Fast forward to 2017 when she stopped being an influencer to pursue music full-time. Though she recently announced her retirement from music, Nicki Minaj still made $29 million in 2019. Making her the 12th best paid rapper in the world. Born in Trinidad and Tobago and raised in Queens, Minaj first made a splash with a series of 3 mixtapes between 2007 and 2009. In 2010, she signed with Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment and released her breakthrough record Pink Friday, which peaked at #1 on the US Billboard 200 and was ultimately certified triple platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. She now has 4 albums under her belt and a huge host of endorsements from brands, including MAC Cosmetics, Nokia, Adidas, and Tidal, among many others. Jermaine Lamar Cole, better known as J. Cole, initially gained recognition as a rapper following the release of his debut mixtape, The Come Up, in early 2007. Intent on further pursuing a solo career as a rapper, he went on to release 2 additional mixtapes, The Warm Up and Friday Night Lights, after signing to JayZ's Roc Nation imprint in 2009. But his breakthrough came in 2011 when he released his debut album Cole World, The Sideline Story, and it immediately peaked at #1. The rapper now has 5 albums under his belt, his own record label, and launched his own music festival in 2019. That earned him more than $31 million, making him number 11 on our countdown. Donald Glover, also known by his rapper alias Childish Gambino, is one of the most multi-talented polymaths alive today. Aside from his lucrative rap career, Glover is a writer, director, actor, stand-up comedian, and producer. His credits include the TV show Atlanta, in addition to roles in The Lion King, Solo: A Star Wars Story, and Spider-Man: Homecoming. He also wrote for the acclaimed show 30 Rock and starred in the show Community. His last album, Awaken My Love, was recently certified platinum, though he is allegedly retiring from music. In all, this ultra-talented individual earned $35 million in 2019 alone. He has also benefited from an ongoing endorsement deal with Adidas. No doubt his numerous fans are curious what Glover has up his sleeve next. This is the only rap group on the countdown. Migos is an American hip-hop trio from Lawrenceville, Georgia, founded in 2008. They are composed of 3 rappers known by their stage names Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset. It's unclear how their total earnings are split up, but it's obvious that the trio has had a big year. Following the release of their breakthrough album Culture in 2007, Migos spent time in the public eye, mastering their craft and releasing their second #1 album in as many years, Culture 2. Though their next album, Culture 3, isn't slated to be released until 2020, the group still had a great year, pulling in a total of $36 million. Indisputably the most acclaimed rap artist of his generation, Kendrick Lamar is one of those rare MCs who has achieved critical and commercial success, while earning the respect and support of those who inspired him. The artist hasn't released an album since 2017, but the album in question, Damn, has been certified triple platinum and received many more listens after garnering a Pulitzer Prize in 2018. The rapper only played 5 shows in 2019 and didn't release any new music, so it's unclear exactly where his revenue is coming from, but he still managed to accrue $38.5 million during the year. While this is very impressive, it's much less than he made in 2018, when he pulled in a whopping $58 million. Khalid Mohammed Khalid, better known by his stage name DJ Khaled, is an American record producer, radio personality, DJ, and record label executive. He was a radio host for the Miami-based urban music radio station EDR 99 Jams and the DJ for the hip-hop group Terror Squad. Though some might protest his qualification as a rapper, Khalid has been a staple of the music scene for many years. Following a series of wildly funny Snapchat stories in 2016, Khalid began to earn some clout online. This newfound online recognition caused him to gain popularity, becoming an internet phenomenon, with some now describing him as a living meme. But deserved or not, Khalid is doing well for himself. His 11th studio album, Father of Assad, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard charts. Allegedly, this caused Khalid to throw a tantrum and threaten to sue Billboard for not featuring him at number 1, but it still earned him an impressive $40 million. Eminem is one of the biggest names in hip-hop, and while many seem to believe he's past his prime, that hasn't stopped the Detroit-based MC from mounting a massive comeback over the past 3 years, with 2 new albums and consistent touring. Many consider Marshall Mathers to be the link between classic gangster rap and the commercially successful radio rap of the early 2000s. Though he took 2019 off, 2018 was a big year for Slim Shady, who released his comeback album Kamikaze. The rapper only played 8 shows this year, but his royalties must be working wonders, because the Detroit rapper made an insane $50 million in 2019. More than doubling the amount he made in 2018, Houston rapper Travis Scott made $58 million in 2019 alone. He came to prominence in 2012 after signing to Kanye West's Good Music label. After successful collaborations with Quavo, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake, Scott established himself as one of the hottest rappers in the game. He's still riding high on the double platinum album Astroworld from 2018, and allegedly working on another album for 2020. The past year has been relatively quiet for Scott, who released a tribute song for Game of Thrones and produced a documentary for Netflix, but otherwise earned a ton from streaming revenues and corporate partnerships. This is in addition to a messy breakup with his partner Kylie Jenner. Sean John Combs has been known by a number of stage names over the years, including Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Puffy, Diddy, Brother Love, and B Love. Diddy has learned the secret to becoming one of the richest men in rap: start selling albums and then move on to other business ventures. Though he hasn't released an album since 2010, Diddy is still the second richest rapper in the world. Fortune magazine listed Combs at number 12 on their top 40 of entrepreneurs under 40 in 2002. Though he is all but retired from music, Diddy still made $70 million in 2019. His last studio album was in 2006, but Diddy makes his money from his clothing line, Sean John, the Dallas Mavericks, Ciroc vodka brand, and Liz Claiborne, among many other ventures. Getting his start as a wheelchair-bound teenager in the after-school special Degrassi, this Canadian rapper is one of the biggest forces in contemporary music. After leaving the show, he became one of the biggest rappers on the planet after signing a deal with Lil Wayne's label Young Money Entertainment. He is rarely out of the headlines, whether it's for dating Rihanna or Jennifer Lopez, founding his own label OVO Sound, or fronting the NBA's Toronto Raptors as the team's global ambassador. It's no surprise that JayZ labeled him the Kobe Bryant of hip-hop. Like many other rappers on this list, he neither released an album this year nor went on a world tour, but he still managed to make an astonishing $75 million. The only rapper worth an excess of $1 billion, JayZ is by far the wealthiest rapper of all time. And like most truly wealthy rappers, he realized that big money is made outside of the world of entertainment. The New York City native sold crack to make ends meet when he was growing up. But in the successive years, he became one of the biggest rappers in the world. After selling millions of records with his Rockefeller label, JayZ created his own clothing line and founded an entertainment company. He wed popular singer and actress Beyoncé in 2008, making them one of the wealthiest power couples on earth. 2 years after the release of his latest album, the rapper still managed to make $81 million. 2019 was a huge year for Kanye West. The Chicago rapper has never taken the top spot, but in 2019 he earned $150 million, almost twice as much as the next highest earning rapper. Though his controversial album Jesus is King peaked at number 1, it was not nearly as popular as his past albums. To put it in perspective, his return to the Christian faith sold about 100,000 units, whereas his first album sold 3.3 million in total. But Kanye isn't making most of his money from music these days. His Yeezy clothing brand is expected to do $1.5 billion in sales, meaning that he's well on his way to matching Michael Jordan in overall sneaker sales.